What is up, you YouTubers? It is I, Henry, and I promised you a review and deck profile of the deck I would use today in locals. I went 2-2 with it. I lost. This is Heroes, by the way. I lost to Yosenju's and Shadal's, but I beat Dark Worlds and Madolche. Shadal's 2-1'd me. He only won the 2 games because of his stupid Squadama. I would attack into Squadama both times with Dark Claw, and he'd kill my Dark Claw, so I'd be screwed. And Yosenju's, I just didn't draw anything to stop his summons, really. But it did well, somewhat. I was mainly planning, however, to play Burning Abyss and Necroz, but, of course, the 2 decks I side for, I don't play. That always happens for some reason. But to start off, 3 Mist, of course, new Stratos, no explaining, adds a hero when sent to grave, and adds Mass Change when special summoned. I picked up a lot of hollows for the deck, but I'm not going to tell you which ones, because you can probably tell by the screen. But 2 Bubbleman, because Bubbleman's amazing. 3 is too cloggy, though. 1 is too little. I did actually resolve the effect today against Yosenju's, because I special summoned a lot. He Tarantulled me, and I had this in hand, so I special summoned it. It drew an MST and a Miracle Fusion. Miracle Fusioned into Add Zero. But then he creature swapped and took my ads. But then he attacked my Bubbleman, then creature swapped my Ad Zero, which completely made me mad. Cause yeah, he won both games because of his creature swap and his Kagasuchi, or however you say it. It's that Bujin one that can't be destroyed, or you detach one instead of it being destroyed. 1 Alias because I wanted to cut down on normal summons, but I still wanted the Koga option and the Shining option, and plus this can attack over Denko Saka and crash into Thunder King. So it has to be run at 1. So I'm running a 3-2-1 hero engine, really. 2 Goblinberg, because you can never have too much special summons, but 3 can be a bit bad because you won't always have the cards in hand, which is Mist that you need. 2 Monk. Only monster that can't be searched. Sniffles. Summoner Monk and Mist make Key Beetle. If you open up with Goblinberg, a Summoner Monk, and a spell in hand, you pretty much have game. Or any way to get that stuff in hand, you have game, pretty much. And that's it for the monsters. I'm only running 10 monsters, the average Elemental Masked Hero lineup. Nothing special about the monster lineup. 2, a hero lives. I'm not running 3. 3 gets cloggy, and the cost is too great. So I didn't want to run 3, and I'm probably going to run 2 the whole time I'm running this deck. So yeah. 3 Mass Change must be run at 3, guys. I mean, just must be. 2 Mass Charge. I'm probably going to cut this to 1 because I cut a form change. So I'm probably going to cut this to 1 because I don't know. I mean, it's a good card and all, but I'm probably going to cut it to 1 because I'm no longer running form change. 3 Miracle Fusion. I'm almost certain I'm cutting this to 2 because yes, you can top deck it for game, but ESCURIDAO is just taking up a spot in my extra deck. I never pull it out, so it's taking up a spot in my extra deck, so I'm probably going to cut this for something else because ESCURIDAO is pointless. 1 E-Call and 3 ROTA for search. 3 ROTA instead of 3 E-Call and 1 E-Call instead of 1 ROTA because I run the Goblinbergs, really. 2 Lance. I cut the second Alias and form change for these. Really, really good against my Dark World matchup today because he kept trying to attack over my monsters, and I just play this and damage step, and since I had Dark Law on board, it protected him, so that was always good. And of course the staple, 3 MSTs, must be run at 3 in this deck, because you don't want vanities or like mistakes, stuff like that coming up against you, so you must be run at 3. And the staple, 1 Snatch Steel, Konami, you should ban this. And 1 Book of Moon. It's a 21 spell count. Again, I'd probably cut a Mass Charge and a Miracle Fusion for either probably 2 calls, because I'm only running 1 call right now, because I might bump call up to 2, and then I don't know, guys. I'm just still debating. 2 2 vanities for the play at locals. If I was at higher tournaments, I'd run 3, so I could cut a Miracle Fusion for a 3rd vanities. But yeah, vanities is vanities, so you have to run it. The 2 fiendish. I don't know. I like effect negation, but the deck doesn't really need it, so I may cut the fiendish, but I still like the fiendish. I don't know. It's a good card. I'm on the fence with this one. I ran 1 call because in testing, I saw call way too much when it was at more than 1. But today, I felt that I could have used 1 extra call. But, so I may bump it up to 2. I don't know about 3. Possibly, though. I'm not sure. But, yeah. 2 Mirror Force. A lot of people told me to run this at 3. I didn't want to run it at 3. I mean, I could. I don't know. I just ran it at 2 because of space. And 1 Bottomless. And, 1 Compulse. Oh, the sleeve is already ripping. What the fudge? Hold on, guys. Just gonna do a quick change. So yeah, I chose to run this over Solemn because graveyard effects and all that. But against you Senjus, I side in the Solemn. 9 spell count. Nothing really special except for the 1 call. Spells is where all like the techs are really. I may tech a Thunder King. Yes, it could hurt me, but if you play it at the right time, it's devastating. Then for my token army, 2 Gorz tokens. 4 Karibo tokens. And then I ran, for tokens, 1 Air Force 1, 1 F-18, and Archfiend Commander. So that was my token army, guys. And it was a pretty heavy duty battalion. Or army, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to do side deck instead of extra deck first this time. There are cards in the side deck that I'm going to be cutting, and cards that I changed from what I ran today, but I will tell you. 1 Solemn, I sided this because I felt open if I just didn't run it completely, so I sided it. I sided the 3rd Vanities, the same reason as Solemn, because I felt open without a 3rd, and I didn't want to run 3 at because it was at locals. 2 Mask of Restrict. What this does is monsters can't be tributed, so it stops Necros and it stops Keys, because monsters can't be tributed, so they can't tribute summon for their Keys, and they can't tribute monsters for a ritual summon. So it shuts them down, and they won't always have MST, because they'll use it on some other stuff that you have. So really, really good card. 2 Different Dimension Ground. I don't know if this is limited, semi-limited, or not. I'm going to have to check. I just threw this in because it's a good card. I was running D-Fisher and Macro over it, but then I realized I wanted to use my... I only wanted a 1 turn because I want to use my graveyard still, so I didn't want to be stuck without using my own graveyard, so I felt this would be better than Macro and D-Fisher. I think my camera froze, so I don't know, but I don't know, but you guys could probably piece together, just look it up if it froze on you guys. 1 Diffusion and 1 Mispolymerization. If I had 2 Diffusions, I'd cut this for a Diffusion, but I only had 1, so I ran these 2 for the Ritual Beast matchup, and Shaddoll matchup. Didn't see these at all against my Shaddoll matchup, and I didn't see Ritual Beasts. 2 OJAMA Trio for Burning Abyss. Didn't play Burning Abyss at all, and Burning Abyss has seen a decrease in play. So I'll probably be cutting these for something else. I don't know what yet, but I definitely will be. 1 Spell Shattering and 1 Fairy Wind, because I want to be able to get rid of traps as well as spells, and this only gets rid of spells, so I wanted something for traps too. And then 2 Dark Holds, get out of Dungeon Lock and stuff like that. So yeah. So for the side deck, again, I'm going to be cutting the OJAMA Trio because I just didn't see it at all, didn't side it in at all. I didn't side the Masks of Restricted at all because I didn't play Keys or Necros. This always happens to me. Whatever deck I side for, I never seem to play, and it annoys the crap out of me. Onto the extra deck, I let a guy borrow my LAVALVAL Chain today, so I had to put a card in instead of the LAVALVAL Chain, and I know sexy pirate sleeves, so I had to put a card in instead, which was Maestroke. So yeah, 1 Shining, gonna keep this. Just 2 broke, gets over towers, stuff like that. Well, no, it doesn't get over towers unless you have like a bunch of heroes banished. But yeah, it's still really, really good because you can recycle. 1 AB 0 needed. It's pretty much monster nuke. Plus this, and if you mass change to get acid, it just nukes their whole field. Escurado, I'm going to cut this. I do not like. I'm probably going to cut this for a 3rd Dark Law, honestly, because I'm only running 2 at the time. So yeah, I'm going to cut it for a 3rd Dark Law. 2 Dark Law because Dark Law broke. Can banish the add to hand, and it's a macro pretty much. 1 acid, back row nuke, really, really good. Plus, if it nukes back row, they would take 300 or lose 300. All their monsters lose 300. 1 Koga. Koga's really good. I'm not running Divine Wind, but I'm predicting Stratos is going to come back as unlimited. But if it does, they're going to semi-limit Mist. But if they do, I'm going to run Divine Wind. So yeah. Then 1 Excalibur to get over towers and other stuff like that. Gandiva really came in handy today against Medolches and Dark World today. Just completely shut them down. I think more people should run this over Armored Ninja. I mean, I really think they should. This was a really good card today to use. 1/101 because it's great. Abyss Dweller. Ran 1 Key Beetle. I never pulled this out because I always went into Dark Claw with the Mist instead of overlaying. What I wanted to be able to do was go Dark Claw and then pull out Key Beetle, but I never got the darks that I needed. But it's possible. Plus, you could Key Beetle your vanities, and then you could just sit on this and win by just attacking with this. So yeah, the Maestroke instead of the LAVALVAL Chain. This will change for a LAVALVAL Chain, though. I promise you that. Hold on. Give me a sec, guys. I'm gonna do that right now. And you guys are all my witness to this change. 1 LAVALVAL Chain because it sets up your grave for Miracle Fusion, and I don't know, you probably saw that extra card. Sets your grave for Miracle Fusion, and it also sets up Mass Charge, which is good. So yeah, I ran a Papi in case I played any like Burning Abyss, but of course I didn't. This is probably gonna stay though because I like the Papi, just in case I ever do play Burning Abyss. And then I ran 1 RAGNA ZERO. I mean, great against Keys. Of course, I didn't play Keys. I did pull this out against Yusenju's, though, so it came in handy. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna cut the Escurado for a 3rd Dark Law, and then cut a Miracle Fusion for something, but I don't know. But yeah, that's what happened at locals today, guys. I went 2-2. This was what I ran, but I'm definitely gonna make some changes. And if you want, post in the comments if you want the 4th deck profile. If you don't, the next deck profile I'll be giving you is a Yusenju deck profile. Oops, that's not a Yusenju. Hold on. Next will be a Yusenju deck profile. Because Yusenju deck profile. If you don't want to see a hero deck profile. So yeah, I am out. This is Henry signing off. Peace!